The European Research Council was set up for the first time in 2007, and it is the first time ever that the EU funds so-called frontier research at EU level. It has a budget of about 1 billion euros on average per year and secure fundings for 7 years. We have 2 funding streams, one targeting younger researchers, young meaning between 3 and 8 years after the PhD, and advanced researchers who are already well established. It is a bottom-up program. This means there are no preset themes, so any topic worth researching that is innovative and excellent has a chance of funding. The European Science Open Forum is a biannual event that is held in Europe, and it is a bit the attempt to create what the Americans are doing every year, the AAAS meetings, bringing together scientific disciplines, bringing together policymakers, people who are interested in innovation, but especially the science and society aspect and outreach activities are very important. Now, the ESOF was organized for the first time in 2004 in Stockholm, 2006 in Munich, this July in Barcelona, and 2010 it will come to Torino. And Torino has won in a hard competition against Paris and Copenhagen and some other cities. So you can be very proud of having ESOF in the year 2010. In the European Research Council, we give money to a so-called host institution to provide the best working conditions for, in that case, the young person who wins an award. So the money does not go directly to an individual, but to a host institution. And we want to make sure that the host institution provides whatever this person needs to do the best research he or she intends to do. Now, one thing that in general is not good in Europe, and I'm sure also not good in Italy, is that young people are kept dependent of their professor far too long. So they are too old in a sense once they can realize their own ideas. They have to work on projects that the professor thinks is good for them to work on. While what we want is to have the opportunity for young researchers to realize their own ideas, to set up their own working group, their own laboratory if needed. And it is this kind of funding that we want to be able to give. Now, working conditions in general are not so good because of the dependence. That's the first one. We also heard that the salaries are not really competitive and attractive. And I would say in general, the meritocratic idea that you are valued for what you say and not for who you are, which status in the hierarchy you have. This is something that must become much more widespread in Italy and in Europe. Well, you know, Italy has gone through various phases in its relationship to Europe. Italy was one of the signatories, so very early on, Italy was very present in setting up the European community in a sense. Right now, I'm sorry to say that Italy is not very present on the various policy level makings, in the various committees that exist. I mean, people have to come to Brussels to work together, and they have to be in close touch with what goes on at home, and there's an exchange, and best practice is being exchanged, etc. And Italy should be much more present at European level. So I hope that 2011 provides an opportunity, not just for Italians to see that they are unified, but also to put on its European face again, and to show that it is part of Europe, and it deserves to be part of Europe. Active part, yes, of course, active.